Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Give you some time to come on in. That's right. Come on in. Come on in. Give everybody some time. Give you some time. I don't want to start without you. Come on in. What's going on, sister? How's everybody doing so far? I'm giving everybody some time to come in. Everybody some time to come on in. Yeah, got a good show today. That's right. Peace and power, brother. Peace and power. Peace and power. We give people some time to come in. I don't want to start without them. You know, a lot of people have been waiting for this, including Soto and his wife. Give them some time to come in and gather their congregation, you know. All right, all right. Let me know if you hear me good out there in the chat. Let me know if you hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I good? Greetings, Sister Crystal. Greetings, greetings. That's right. I'm going to give probably about 2 more minutes to give everybody some time to come in. Everybody some time to come in. What's going on, Sister Jacqueline? Can't wait to get back down there to Mississippi. I can't wait. All right, all right. Auntie, you can hear me, Auntie? Okay, all right. All right. 1 more minute, we're going to get started. Court will preside. That's right. What's going on, Pops? I'm coming. All right. You here for it? All right, we finna get ready to get started. Before we get started, we're going to do this the right way. All right? Here we go. Carl Michael Soto is being brought up on charges of stolen valor, lying habitually. We're going to go through pages and pages of documented evidence to prove the case against Carl Michael Soto. Is he an agent? And lying about not pleading guilty to child abuse. Judge Carter presides. That's right. You're here with Judge Carter. This is a different episode right here. Okay? I ain't playing. I've been threatened. Elmer Drummer Pratt Gun Club has been threatened by this agent, and we're going to dig deeper. We are going to dig deeper into this, okay? So I'm going to start, in between, I'm going to have some video clips, all right? The video clips that I'm going to play from is from Breaking Points, where they talk about Mikey Windecker, if you haven't heard about him, who was a federal paid agent who infiltrated the chapter of Black Lives Matter in Denver, okay? I'm going to compare and contrast. I'm not going to play all the videos like I did last time. Strictly comparing and contrasting, okay? Now, before we get started, I'm going to play this video. First thing I'm going to bring, the first charge I'm going to bring is the stolen valor charges. Stolen valor. All right? I'm going to start with Exhibit A. Exhibit A stands. This fool goes to Colorado and tells people he was an E4. Then on the ride back, he tries to change it to an E9. Okay? Changes it to an E9. Let's get to the video clip when he's being in question.
Okay, all right. Soto, you got a DD-214?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and your DD-214 says E9 on it, correct?
Say it again.
Your DD-214 says E9 on it, correct?
No, sir, it does not.
What does it say?
E7.
E4, E9, E7. That takes me to Exhibit B. How in the hell do you go from an E4, skip to an E9, and then I guess you was demoted to an E7? I don't know for sure how rankings go, but I know damn well ain't nobody hopping and skipping around like that. Okay? That's Exhibit B. Let's get to Exhibit C. This fool has still yet to show his DD-214. You want to know why? Let's go to Exhibit D for dumbass. Because there is no record of this man being in the military. Okay? You're not going to find it. He can doctor it up all he wants. He can go on Google and figure it out, and, copy and paste or whatever. But when it comes to this right here, it ain't in there. That's what matters. Okay? Anybody can doctor stuff up these days. So let's get to this next clip, okay? When it comes to recording evidence, because he's threatened to sue me and Nick. As you can see right here, he was in the comments of the last live video on YouTube. Vaughn, I do not, nor have I ever consented for you, Nick, or anyone recording me on the Zoom or phone calls. I no longer will feed into your companions. Using unlawful secret recordings without my consent is prohibited in a two-party consent law states. Blah, 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 whatever. Cocksucker. Well, I Googled it. Guess what Google says? It's right here. Zoom automatically notifies attendees present at the start of a meeting if the meeting is being recorded. Hey, look here. If you take me to court, I'm just going to have them pull up the monitor and I'm going to play this video. And made the defense rest. Okay? But let's go to Exhibit F. Because he said something else. In my comments, he says, I never consented for you to use my photos or videos on your channel, on my channel. Well, guess what, Soto? I did some more research. Public figures. The Supreme Court has defined public figures as those who hold government office and those who have achieved a role of special prominence in the affairs of society by reason of notoriety of their achievements or vigor and success with which they seek public's attention. That includes what? Activism. Activism, right? He want to be on Fox News talking about how he saved the police, right? He felt like his God had him there for a reason. I mean, hey, last I heard, the dude jumps in front of a camera. He will not hesitate. You a public figure. You're working with these families, doing whatever you do. You're a public figure, bro. I can have you on here every day if I want to. Okay? Yeah, that's right. But let's take a quick break and let's get to a video clip to show the compare and contrast of what this dude really is, okay? Let's get to how he causes division. Agent of division. Video clip playing.
Talk to me, Trevor, about how he sort of picked out the leaders he was going to target, what kind of tactics he used, and what kind of like direction he attempted to push them in?
Anytime someone became suspicious of him, the most notable example of this is a man named Trey Quinn, who was one of the leaders of the demonstrations in Denver. Trey very quickly suspected that this Mickey guy was an informant. He didn't have proof, and he ended up doing a test where he went to Mickey and he said, speaking wholly in hypotheticals, what if we went and burned down a neighborhood? And Mickey's like, oh yeah, I can get that done. I know a guy, we can do that. And to Trey, that meant this guy was clearly an agent provocateur. And so what Trey then does is back away from him. Mickey at that point realizes that Trey's kind of onto him. And so what Mickey does is then accuse Trey of being an FBI informant himself to all of the other activist community.
Why the situation with Jarvis? Again, I just told you, I don't do drama. I don't think about Jarvis. I don't worry about what Jarvis got going on. But when you call me or you text me with bullshit, that came from
why
you.
is it?
That came from, because I don't do it. This organization has been drama-free. We don't do drama.
The only thing him and I ever discussed is when I told him that I explained to him that because I'm a part of Geronimo Pratt, it's even certain things that I'm doing differently now. He wanted to, and I explained to him those things. He did ask me some questions, and I did give him some answers. Now, I know that I know that he feels just like a few others feel like I'm being silenced in the organization. I know that was brought up multiple times.
That's fine. You just said it right there.
Facto mundo. Now, let's get into his wife, because she been in my comments too. Coming at me, my wife. My wife had to tell her, hold on, heifer. Don't address my husband. Shout out to my baby. Let's get to the wife's claim and his claim, right? On Facebook, that he was already planning on leaving the gun club. We're upset because he left the gun club, and now we hating on him. Let's get to it, right? This is what she says on the left in comments. I highlighted a piece though, right? This is before the Zoom call. Okay? This is before the Zoom call. It says EGPC movement means a lot to me, a lot in all caps. For the first time in my life outside of my marriage, I feel like I'm finally a part of something I can be proud of when it comes to the EGPGC. Okay. But, that just further proves he wasn't in the military in the first place, right? Because, come on. Who wouldn't be proud to stand beside their brothers in arms, right? Okay. But let's get to the next one. Exhibit H. He wants to sue me. Says I'm lying, these text messages are doctored. Exhibit H, y'all. Public listing. Okay, I'm going to go back. 347-946-5441. What do we have here? Let's go back. 347 at the top, 946-5441. Don't look doctored to me. Okay? Just keep this in mind, though. Okay? Because he swears that, this is not his number. These are fake text messages. We doctored up. Okay? Keep that in mind. Exhibit I. This is the day of the Zoom meeting. He claims that he was ready to leave. He was going to kick us to the curb. Right? Nick is in blue. Our general. Founder of Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. Man who calls the shots. Text him. Because he wanted to discuss with him all these things. The Zoom call that you guys saw from the left. This was the text message that led up before he joined on the Zoom call. He says, I need you on the Zoom call at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Got it. This is Soto. Everything okay? Is this about Colorado? Because mind you now, he was screwing up in Colorado. Right? He was playing these games like he couldn't work and all this other stuff, but whatever, lying about being an E4. It was a lot of stuff. So he was already on edge. Nick says, I need to talk some things over with you so we can move forward. Let me send you the link. Sorry about that. Let me send you the link. So let me send you the link in a few minutes. Just about our conversation last night, just to clear a few things up. No problem. Just so you know, I understood everything you said last night, and I am committed to the EGPGC. We both said what we needed to be said last night, so hopefully everything's okay. Does that sound like somebody who's going to kick us to the curb or who kicked us to the curb? Come on now. Come on. Talk to me. Does that sound like somebody who was already finna bounce? Then he says it again. Nick sends him the link. He says, okay, skip the 9 p.m. or whatever. He said, ask again, is everything okay? I understood everything we discussed last night, and we said everything that needed to be said. Is everything good? I remember you mentioned you had to do a Zoom with a Dallas member. Different subject, right? He's worried. But he's professing his love. So let's go. So let's get to the guilty charge. Let's get to it, right?
This reads like a straight up entrapment scenario. We're talking about giving out guns, urging activists to become more violent, go on the offensive against the police, all while getting straight up paid by the FBI. Go into some of the details on this story.
Sure. So Mickey Windecker was this guy with a long history of deception and violence. Among his convictions were for sexual assault. He had sex with a 14-year-old when he was 20 and ended up pleading that down to misdemeanor sexual assault. He spent 2 years in prison for stuffing a gun in someone's face and was convicted for felony menacing. While he was in prison in the early 2000s, he was approached for a murder for hire. And instead of doing that, ends up becoming an informant. And as far as we know, that's the beginning of his career as a police cooperator.
You have 4 charges, right? There was a total of 4 charges, right?
4 charges against me, yes.
Okay. 3 of them were dismissed. You pleaded guilty to 1, right?
No, all 4 were null processed.
No. 3 were dismissed. You pleaded guilty to 1, and then the conditions of that one that you pleaded guilty to, if you completed the terms of those conditions, it got downgraded to a misdemeanor and you were able to get a seal, right?
No, that's not how the law works either. Now they do offer this thing called.
So I'm asking you straight up right now. You didn't plead guilty to one of those 4 charges.
No, sir.
Lies, and more lies, right? That takes me to Exhibit J. Exhibit J. This is the news article. But instead of just showing you the news article, let's dig a little bit deeper. What does the news article really say, right? What do they get into? It says Soto pleaded guilty to a single count of child abuse, right? But let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper. This is what he was accused of and what, he pled guilty to, right? Soto would place his thumb under the baby's chin, forcing his mouth closed. Soto began counting to 10 as he pinched the baby's nose, not allowing the baby to breathe. What he was doing, he was suffocating the baby, causing the baby to have seizures. The mother eventually had to take the baby to the hospital, figure out what the hell's going on. But at the same time, she was a little suspicious. How come this baby is having seizures when you're around? Right? And it wasn't his child, it was his ex-girlfriend's child, right? Baby. It says, while in the pediatric intensive care unit at St. Mary's, David continued to have seizures. David is the baby, right? All when Soto was with him. Medical staff became suspicious and the video camera was placed in the room. It was discovered that Carl moved the camera away from the crib prior to alarms sounding, the police report said. The hospital was accusing this man as well as the mother's child. It wasn't just the mother's child. It wasn't no he say, she say stuff. The hospital was like, yo, we put camera in there. This nigga moved it. soon as the heart rate changes. But he says he never pled guilty. Well, how is this on your record, sir? Do you research your own arrest record? Your criminal record? I just don't get it. I'm gonna play this last video. Then we gonna end it off with the last exhibit, okay? On my last few exhibits, we're gonna play this last video clip to compare and contrast, right? We're gonna let y'all be the judge. Well, I'm the judge, but you know what I'm saying, right? Okay, let's get to it.
My last question for you, Trevor, is, what was the fallout in the activist community? Because obviously part of the goal of COINTELPRO was like to disrupt these groups and pit them against each other. Were they successful ultimately in doing that in Denver?
Yeah, so if one of the FBI's goals was to undermine the movement and undermine these groups, they were successful. Starting in late September, there was an abrupt stop to these demonstrations in Denver. A lot of these groups splintered. A number of groups that were allied together ended up splitting apart. And a lot of that was due to the confusion and distrust that was sown as a result of Mickey's activity. Many people in Denver suspected that there were FBI infiltrators in their groups. They started to trust each other less, and as a result started to organize with each other less. And ultimately that undermined the movement.
We're gonna send you your letter of separation. And now I'm about to get on the call with Jarvis. So since you're being silenced and I'm dealing with drama because of whatever you're saying behind the scenes,
okay,
we're gonna send you your letter of separation. And I'm okay. Telling you,
if that's
since I know where the drama
can't stop it.
I'm gonna leave it at that. So hey, Kat, Kat will send you your letter of separation. I appreciate you. Have a good evening.
Okay. Now, all righty. Well, in the future, then anything that BLMR Polk does, we just ask that there be no interference, so there won't be no confrontations. I figured it was going to be a matter of time before it came to this. BLMR Polk has a lot of men as well.
Remove him from the chat.
This nigga said, so there won't be any confrontation, and that BML Polk has a lot of men in their organization as well. That was a threat. You sending threats? Okay. We get to it. So, now that we got that out the way, let's deal with the claims of being an attorney. Okay? He says he received Exhibit M. He received unofficial word that he passed the bar. The results are scheduled to become public shortly. This man got some connections to find out that he passed the bar before, anybody else find out, right? So if this Negro knows the law, based on what he's trying to sue me on, does that mean he knows the law? Remember now, he said that we illegally recorded him on Zoom. But he didn't even do the research to look up and he knew for a fact that he was being recorded in Zoom. You want to know why he was okay with being recorded in Zoom at the time? Because he did not know that he was about to be exposed. But then when he found out it was recorded, he was sitting in the house with his wife, and he was like, damn. They got me. That's right. You can't know the law. Also, if you actually knew the law, you would know not to keep talking to us, talking to me, my wife, going at it with Little, putting out these posts about Brother Nick, going back and forth with people in our organization. You know the lawyers would tell you to sit down and shut up. Do not have any further contact with them. No more conversations. Do not reach out to them. We'll take it over from here. He ain't no guy. I don't care what you say. And let's get to the wife. The first lady. She is a first lady, y'all. She's supposed to be a first lady. And she's been all in the comments, Facebook, YouTube. I mean, and she's just been going back cussing, trying to cuss people out. Now, according to their Bible, it says in their Bible, quote unquote, I'm summarizing, that when men are talking, They're women supposed to be quiet. Women are not supposed to involve themselves in men disputes. So who's not following their own word? I don't believe the pastor. I don't believe it either. You know, he probably lied about, you know, being ordained and all that. You know, come on. Let's go. I mean, she's been harassing us. You know what I'm saying? Exhibit O, further harassment. Threatening to sue me, saying I should get a life, calling me gay, just like how she did Little. She swears, you know, first it was Little and Nick was in a relationship. Then now me and Nick's in a relationship. Look at all this harassment going back and forth. The preacher's wife putting herself in a man's position. You know, last exhibit. There you go. She's harassing us. If anything, I think I got a better case than they do. Am I lying? Come on with it. Am I lying? All these this is not even a quarter of it. I'm gonna put this up too for you, so you guys can call. I'm gonna get a verdict, and then, you know, I'm open the lines for people to call in if you want to. Okay. But yeah, this heifer's just been all over the place, and then you know what? And they're copying and pasting their comments because they keep saying my husband doesn't have nothing to prove. My husband already showed his DD-214. Where in the hell did he show his DD-214? Huh? Where? I ain't seen it. He ain't even seen it. He ain't even seen his. You ain't seen his DD-214. You better check his birth certificate to see you married who you think you married, heifer, instead of coming at us. Do you know who you married? Or are you in on it? Who are you? Are you walking around lying talking about you got a nursing degree and ain't got, but you ain't got nothing? You a habitual liar too? And I seen your pictures on Facebook. I seen your pictures. See, that could have been harassment. I could have put it up there and showed how, you know, you on some BAP shit. That you don't carry yourself like a preacher's wife, especially carrying on these comments like this. You got me looking like I'm a granddad carrying on like this in these comments. Woman, what's wrong with you? Come on now. I ain't lying. So now, let's get to the verdict. Let's get to the verdict. Oh, guilty. I knew it. What is his sentence? Let's get it. Uh-huh. Go hide behind a tree with some baby powder and slap yourself 115 times and turn in your black people's card because it is revoked, sir. It is revoked. And look, we drawing the line in the sand, y'all. You spread this and let people know. Anybody who harbors this dude in their organization or works hand in hand with this dude, we don't want no parts of you. We don't want no parts of you. It ain't beef. Do y'all thing. We gonna do ours. Stay out the way. Because part of it is we gonna stay away from y'all so he can't keep going back and forth trying to cause division like he did with us and Jarvis and BLM Polk or whatever it is he started, right? Let's get to it. Let's be for real. And let me see, because I think I have more evidence. I can't believe I didn't have it on here. But I'm gonna get to it. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I apologize, because I should have had this up already. Because this is the most damning evidence there is. This is the most damning evidence. Y'all want Y'all want the haymaker? You want the knockout punch? Here you go. Bam. You are looking at this dude's application to Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. As you can see, the phone number is the same, 347-946-5441. Email, Tampa, Florida. Facebook, Instagram handle, Twitter. Have you ever been a member or have you ever applied to another gun club self-defense unit? No. Are you current or ex-military? What is underlined? What is underscore right there? He said no. This bozo, this fool said no on the application. But because, everybody's not finna examine your application and try to memorize everything that you put on your application. So he goes on after the fact. He wants to say, oh, yeah, it probably sound good if I said I'm military. Same nigga that don't even know who Nat Turner is. Yes, open and shut case. The video footage, it says, when Nick asks him, so does your DD-214 say that you were E9? He says, no, I was the E7. Do you have your DD-214? Yeah, I do. I got to send my wife to go find it. How do you have all this stuff? How did you have this rank? But on here, you say no. So look, and look here. I know. I'm pretty good at what to say, what not to say. So this is just for me. This is me speaking. Vaughn's 2 Cents TV. Okay. Derek Vaughn Henshaw Jr. Anybody who works with this bozo, we're going to treat you the same as that bozo. Stay out our way. Because I know a good enough amount of y'all have seen these videos and you either deciding to look the other way or you want to be blissfully ignorant or you already got something against something or whatever and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Okay, go ahead. Just stay over there. Stay over there. All right, so I'm going to open the phone lines. Anybody want to call in with any remarks? Here's the number if you want to call in. I'm going to keep the line open for a while. If you guys don't want to call in, that's fine. I'll go ahead and end the live. But, if you guys anything else you want to add, any questions, or what do you think the verdict should be? Am I wrong? Huh? You think I'm wrong in my verdict? Or was my sentencing too harsh or not harsh enough? That's right. 2 liars married together, perfect couple. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. She looks like one of those 304s. Yeah. So it's not harsh enough. I got you. We'll fix that. Because like I said, in my court, I can fix that. I can fix that. That's right. It's crazy, man. The dude threatened me. Well, okay, Soto, threaten me for this. I'm going to post this on my Facebook and I'm going to tag you. I'm going to tag you again. I wish I didn't unfriend you so I could have stayed your friend, whatever, and I could have posted on your timeline somehow. Dang, I wish I could have did that. But man, I can't stand no liar more than anything. So yeah. Hopefully Soto will follow in his father's footsteps, William O'Neal. If you don't know who William O'Neal is, when he deals with the Black Panthers in Chicago, Fred Hampton, I hope he follows in his footsteps. I'm not gonna say exactly what that is because somebody might try to twist and turn and say that, I threaten, any kind of way, physical harm or whatever. No. Just keep following your father's footsteps or your uncle, whatever you want to call him. Because y'all related. Make me proud, following his footsteps. Do what he did in the end. Do us all a favor. All right, nobody wants to call in. Finna end this. Let's see. Yeah. All right, y'all. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Last call. And make sure you like this video and share this video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, man. Subscribe. All right, join the family. All right. Appreciate you guys. Peace.
And that's my 2 cents.